You got it, Tim. They're the lightest skis in the game.
What's unique about Kai and Durtschi is that they're very far apart in age, but yet very similar in brain wavelength.
Yo, Tim, save some benchellers for the rest of us, dog.
The next generation with Kai and his sensei, Durtschi.
Tim's the uncle, right? And he's got this little ripping nephew that's kind of been right there, and maybe even now, like he's might be close to passing him up.
Kai Jones is just the youngest, hottest stuff on the scene. You know, he is so talented and he's young, but as he ages, you know, his skill level is just ramping right up along with that. And it's been cool to watch. You know, when he first came on the scene, he was just a kid and we're like, hey, what's this kid gonna be capable of?
Kai, I made the snowman that is you. It's little.
I would say Tim is one of my best friends. We've been skiing together since I was 11. We went on our first film trip in the spring in Jackson Hole.
So the story of meeting Kai goes back to filming for the movie Far Out with Teton Gravity. A lot of the other athletes weren't really interested in filming with an 11-year-old. Just thought it'd be awesome to show him around, and we ended up hitting some really big cliffs. We hit the Smart Bastard Cliff, which is really famous in Jackson. Just from then, I knew that he was super talented and was definitely going to take his skiing to some pretty cool places.
It's pretty hard to find a ski that can ski every different type of condition, but when you're riding the Bent 110, you don't even have to look at the weather and see what the snow was doing, because you know the Bent 110 is going to be the perfect ski. Goggles on, stoke is high, let's go.
I feel like having like a mentor in the backcountry is so important, and like you can just learn so much from having experienced people with you.
I'd say Kai has lasted on Tim, and Tim has really kind of like been a mentorship role.
You know, I'm sure Durtschi has kind of gone through this, where you realize you've been through a lot and you've learned a lot, and passing on those little tidbits. There's so many things that you don't even think of that you're able to pass along, and that's a good feeling.
That was sick.
Everything that he's taught me along the way kind of like started to show off in Alaska, and to be back up here with my best friend Tim and shredding like some of the craziest, coolest mountains I've ever seen in my life with him was just so special.
I've shared a lot of my knowledge with him, and I also have to realize that I got a lot of this knowledge passed down to me from my peers. Guys like JP Auclair and Pet Fuhas, you know, they actually invited me on my first ski trip to Alaska, and that was super inspiring. And that was actually around the time that I got sponsored by Atomic, and Ben Chetler allowed me to push my skiing in ways that I never thought were possible, especially in Alaska, where, you know, you're getting dropped out of a heli and skiing big lines and having the confidence of like the best POW ski ever. Just excelled my skiing to like a level I never thought possible.